Dynamite! How's it going, all you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loon Train. It's me, it's JJD, JJ the Illuminator here.
The sweet one.
Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames. We won't get into that right now. A friend of mine from online that I met through YouTube, Tim, I just found out he passed away. And, you know, it's really sad that life gets so complicated and gets so busy that things happen and it takes us a while to realize that, gee, you know, I haven't heard from Tim in a while. You know, I wish sometimes life wasn't so busy and so full of all this crapola. That way I find out so late in the game that he passed away. He was somebody that I met through YouTube when I first started my channel. And he was from Connecticut, so really, travel-wise, he was about 2 hours away from where I live. You know, sometimes you just meet people who, they're just good people. You know, and it seems like maybe years ago, 100 years ago, it was a lot easier to say someone was a good person, you know, with good morals and good values and treating people well. But in this day and age, it just seems like so much more of a diamond in the rough when you find someone that, you know, even though, I mean, he was 71, I think. The obituary said he was 71, which surprised me because for someone that was retired, he was active. You know, he was just an all-around good guy. And knowing him the way I did through YouTube and through email and stuff like that, you know, it just seemed like he was full of life. And it doesn't mean that just because someone is full of life, it doesn't mean that they can't die. And it's like a common misconception that we have as a society, as a people, that we think someone has to be like sick for a long time to be able to say, well, you know, I knew it was coming because, you know, they weren't looking well or they weren't acting well. I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen that way. And, I mean, it hurts one way or the other, but, you know, I'm more mad at myself because it took me a while to figure out, gee, you know, I haven't heard from Tim in a while. You know, and he would always email me once, you know, at least once a month usually. I had sent him a sticker when I first got my stickers. I sent him, he was one of the first people asked for a sticker. He showed me where he put it in his workshop, in his garage. There were only a few channels that he really watched, and, you know, I was lucky enough to be one of them, but he was just a really good guy, and I'm going to miss him. You know, it's sad to say that it took me, and I'm mad because life just gets to the point where things fall through the cracks, and they really shouldn't. They really shouldn't. You know, you forget about certain things until just one day, you know, it's like, hey, you know. And I just wish that life wasn't that way, that we just wouldn't get so caught up in other things that, you know, it's like, oh my goodness, you know, I didn't realize that happened, and it's already too late. You know, there's really not much you can do about it now. You know, he wasn't like a big YouTuber or anything like that where, you know, you find out from YouTube through other people. It was kind of like it silently happened, and it's unfortunate. And I'm going to miss Tim a lot. You know, he was a good family man. You know, my condolences to his wife and family. And, yeah, I'm just more mad at myself than anything because things like this happen, and I know it happens, and life goes on, but, you know, I really wish that we hadn't had, you know, our lives hadn't drifted apart to the point where I didn't even realize he wasn't even there anymore. It bothers me a little bit. Well, like I said, my condolences to his family. Anyone that knew Tim, you know, he wasn't much of a content creator, rather. But he had some videos up, and, you know, he had a good heart, and he had a good mind, and, you know, the world's not going to be the same without him. Anyway, I'm off to the races. I love you all. Stay safe. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.